Hi, we are Anna and Eugeni Bach, architects with a studio based in Barcelona. I'm Finnish, Eugeni is Spanish, and we have been traveling between Spain and Finland more or less 20 years. We have a studio that has a wide range of interests, and we work on housing, public and private, on different scales, in public buildings, refurbishment projects, and interventions in heritage as well. We love to work in different scales and in different projects. And we have always been working also in exhibitions and ephemeral projects. And in that way, we are very, very happy to now to be able to work with Alvar Aalto Foundation and the Jyväskylä City in the new Aalto 2 museum building, designing the exhibition on World Heritage.
Yeah, besides our professional interests, we have many other in our life, but especially related to architecture. We are as well in the academic world. We are teaching in different universities in Barcelona, and we have done some short courses in other European universities. And for example, right now we are saying hi to you from St. Louis because we've been invited as visiting professors here at Washington University. Also, one of our interests and very deep into us is how to explain and how to share architecture with society. And in this sense, we have been working also in curatorships in different exhibitions, but especially in the last 2 years, we have been the curators of the Spanish Architecture and Urbanism Biennial, which actually just finished some days ago, and which was a very good experience in how to approach architecture to society.
As architects and as some kind of semi-Finnish people, we have always lived Alvar Aalto's architecture as a very natural part of our lives. I studied in all my career in Alvar Aalto's Otaniemi campus, and Eugeni also spent time there. And as a kind of a personal part of our lives, we even got to know each other in an Alvar Aalto building. We met the first time in Alvar Aalto's Finlandia-talo in a New Year's party. But I think that this would happen with very, very many Finns, that Alvar Aalto's architecture actually is like a backdrop of very many things of our lives.
Yeah, actually we live in Barcelona, but we go to Finland usually twice a year, and always when we go there we revisit many works of architecture. We are very interested in Finnish architecture, and not only from the modern movement and Aalto's works, but also some traditional buildings. And besides that, I'm very interested in photography, and right now, for example, in relationship to Alvar Aalto's work, I'm participating in a book that we are preparing from the University of Barcelona about the work of Alvar Aalto, and I'm doing a photographic essay using the photos that I'm taking when we go to Finland.
The World Heritage exhibition makes an overlook of the World Heritage as a concept, and goes from like kind of the bigger context to the smaller detail, coming close from the world scale to the local, to the Finnish scale of heritage. The exhibition is organized in 5 sections, so it's kind of around the museum, so it's a perfect way also to see the new Aalto 2 museum, and these 5 different sections explain somehow different aspects of the World Heritage. We start with the first part explaining UNESCO and the UNESCO World Heritage list, what are the criteria, how does the UNESCO select the projects, what are the objectives, what are the criteria.
Yeah, the second part of the exhibition, what it does is to make an introduction to those 10, what we would call the top 10 World Heritage Sites that are the very well known, like the Great Wall of China or the center of Rome, or places that are very well known. But what we do is that we show also some interesting facts of these 10 sites that probably people they don't know about, and it's good because we know maybe the names of these places, and probably many of you have visited them in some trip, but it's interesting to see what's the reason why they are so important.
And then the third section is very, very dear to all the Finns, I imagine, because it explains the Finnish sauna culture as an immaterial heritage. So this part of the exhibition, it's not so much to showing different physical saunas, but it talks about all the culture that is involved with a Finnish sauna. I think that this part is very interesting for all of us, because we all live that culture. It's a culture that is still alive, but also has a long history.
Then the following section, the fourth one, what we are doing is that we are explaining the 7 Finnish sites that they are already in the UNESCO list, like Suomenlinna or like the church in Petäjävesi. But we compare them with 5 parallels each from all over the world. So somehow what we are doing is putting into context, into time context, but also in the physical context, these seven sites, so that they are understood and that the importance of this site is better understood.
And the final or the last part of the exhibition is puts the focus to the modern world heritage, which is maybe less known for the big public, but already several important architectonic sites of the modern movement are included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. But then, of course, there are plenty that are still missing, and this part somehow puts in relation those that have already the recognition of UNESCO World Heritage to the work of Alvar Aalto, and it's an interesting way of also opening somehow the discussion. What is the heritage that we leave to the future generations? What is the history or the heritage that is somehow still very close to us, but we will be leaving to the next generations?
Yeah, the physical idea of the exhibition, you will see it when we open it, but we can already explain a little bit. It's about working with frames, and the idea comes because what UNESCO somehow is doing when a site enters the UNESCO list, the World Heritage List, somehow is to frame it in one hand so that it's protected, no? That there are some rules how to protect that site, but at the same time you frame it to be able to show it to the world, to make it more accessible and to explain it to the world, no? So this idea of framing, we got it and we translate it to the physical exhibition by doing a series of frames that can be placed in very different ways, so that actually it allows to have a very flexible exhibition, very flexible spaces, and but all following one same strategy. No, that was very important for us. We usually work with we work very much with strategies when we work in this kind of projects.
Yeah, and as the exhibition is placed in several different areas in the museum, so for us it was important to have some kind of unity, some kind of common link in all of the exhibitions. So at the same time that we are talking of the Finnish sauna culture, or we are talking generally of the world heritage, that the visitor could feel that they are in the same exhibition. On the other hand, to give a specific identity to each of these spaces, we're using color, and the color is also an aspect that relates to Alvar Aalto's work. So you will see 5 different color combinations, and they are all inherited from Alvar Aalto's work. So you would see some paimio yellow and other colors repeated in the exhibition, and also in the graphic design, some of these colors would appear.